Are you being
You
leveraged or are you
leverage.
are you leveraging? Leaders who scale stop renting their time, but the only way you scale is through leverage. Leverage is based on a system, right? But if we're so focused on being the greatest worker, we'll always be a cog in the wheel of somebody else's system. A few impactful moments to think about was we talked about the difference between mentors and sponsors, right?
Yes.
Definitely, yeah, for our listeners, carry that into 2026 with you. You need to identify, the each, right? They're both important, but they have very different roles. And why performance alone doesn't secure your advancement, right? And I'm going
Correct.
to say that again. Why performance alone does not secure your advancement. You have to get a sponsor in your life,
Yeah. Yeah, you
right?
gotta have somebody look, you gotta have somebody advocating for you, right? You gotta
That's it.
have you in the corporate world, you gotta have you a ride and die,
Yeah, you have
right? You
to.
do. You do.
You,
Somebody who's going to and I think and we've heard several leaders on throughout 25 say this. And Ralph, you've even said it. Who's going to speak on your behalf when you're not in the room? That's
that's
the
right.
whole thing,
That's
right?
it.
You're not in the room
That's right.
and people are talking.
That's right. That's
It's
right.
as simple as that.
That's right. Big shout out to Carla Harris. If you have not watched her TED talk on this, it'll change your life, right? And that was where I was first introduced to the concept myself. That to what Terry just said. There are meetings in rooms that you do not have access to. That the future is being determined on. Who's going to sit at that table and speak on your behalf? Right, and that's what the sponsor does. So, and we and I think that was uh, a theme throughout a lot of episodes, right? A
It
lot of different
was.
guests. They all said the same thing. Hey, I had
Yep.
a sponsor, right? I had a sponsor. I had a sponsor, or I was a sponsor to this
Yes.
person. I cleared the
Yes.
way so that they can do this and they
Yes.
can do that. So it's
Yes.
definitely going into 2026. You want to be thinking about who's going to be your mentor and who's going to be your sponsor. So that was a big one. And then your career momentum is tied to relationships and not just effort, right?
That's right. That's
We
right.
and
That's
we know
right.
we learned this lesson, right? We came up like, hey, I'm just gonna outperform everybody around me, and that's gonna be enough. And then you realize that these people who don't even perform are getting promoted and moving ahead in their career, and you thinking like, what in the world? I'm nailing
Correct.
everything, you know.
Correct.
But the relationship, I mean, what you gonna say something?
Well, no, I was gonna say real world situation, right? I saw a guy. I'm like, this dude got something. I'm like, let me just, let
Hmm.
me, couple more opportunities. Hey, send so and so. I got something going on. Send so and so.
Hmm.
Okay, this guy's. It wasn't a one time. It wasn't a one hit wonder.
Hmm.
And I'm talking to you. You have an opportunity. I'm like, Ralph, I know a guy.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think this guy would be perfect for your organization.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. And
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 the
and
rest and the rest
the
is
rest is
history.
history. Yeah, that's right. That's right. If you don't take anything else away from our conversations in 2025, understand that the relationships that you build are just as important and sometimes even more important than the performance you give.
Than the work. Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
got a note here, Ralph. Advancement is relational, not transactional.
100%.
So you know what that means? Your work don't matter. I mean, it does, but it
It
don't.
does. Yeah, that's
Right.
right.
Your work really, you know what it does? Okay, your work is basically it's you getting out of bed, getting prepared and walking out the door.
Yeah.
It just gives you the opportunity. That's it.
Yeah.
The hard work basically just gives you the opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
And
keeps you there. It keeps you there.
it keeps you there. And just to echo what Terry's saying, it doesn't say that it's not important. It is important. It's table stakes. You have to come to the table
Yes. 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 That's
with
every
great
day.
execution,
Yeah,
right? Every day.
that's the baseline. Let's say maybe let me
Right.
change my let me change my verbiage. That is the baseline.
That's right.
That is the minimum expectation. as Bill Belichick says, do your job,
That's right. You got to.
right? It's
You have to.
baseline. Let me change that. It's baseline.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. But that alone does not get you advancement, right? And that's a surprise. I remember when that was a surprise wake up call for me. That what do you mean? I am performing at the highest level. Why is that not enough? It is not. And this is what people don't tell you, right? And this is why we even started this show. If you want to go to the next level, you have to build relationships. It's
Yep.
critical. It's not
Yep.
optional,
Yep.
actually.
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
Because
so,
here's the thing, right? People will
mm,
let you be a cog, man.
oh,
They will
absolutely,
let
one
they will
hundred
let
percent.
you here's really what's let me okay, let me give you as I learned this year. Let me give you the T. I mean, I mean, let me give you the T on this. They let you do the work and they take the credit.
Hmm.
That's what's happening here.
Hmm.
You do the work and they take the credit. You are a cog.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? And I got to go back to Shoshella, her spice framework that she taught. Right.
Yes, yes,
The
yes,
word
yes,
spice, sponsorship, performance, right? You got to have a sponsor. You have to perform well. That's table stakes, right? Nobody
yes,
gets a pass on that.
yes,
Image, right? How are you showing up? I think the word she uses, your gravitas, right?
yes,
How do you show up in the room, right? And then C for curiosity. Same,
yes,
topic we were talking about being curious, and then E for exposure, right?
yes,
That is the framework for your life right there,
yes,
right?
yes,
In your
for
career,
sure.
in your career, the spice framework. But some of
Thank
the
you,
key
Shachella, for that. Thank
oh,
you
thank you,
again.
and I hope you listen to this, and I hope you write in your book because I'll be the
That's
first
right.
one to buy.
That's right.
um, so some of the key takeaways for Akbar's show was that sponsorships move your career faster than your mentors do. You got
Mm,
to understand that your
yeah,
mentors do have a role, right? But sponsorship is what moves your career forward. And hard work without advocacy leads to stagnation, right?
mm,
Again, I'm gonna repeat that hard work without advocacy leads to stagnation. Again, in Shashella's SPICE framework, the E stands for exposure, right? And I think the way she explained it was, you're doing all this hard work, but who knows about it,
that's
right?
right.
Who are you, developing relationships so they can see all of your hard work, so they can become a sponsor for you. Um, so yeah, no, and I think one good guest reflection that Akpara gave was that there are conversations happening about you when you're not in the room, and those conversations matter. You could be great on your job and still not move if nobody is speaking up for you. Huge, huge, huge nugget leading into 26 for those who are trying to up their game in their career. I mean, any final thoughts on that one, Terry, before we move to the next one?
No, 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 that's it. I think you nailed it.
All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so all right. So let's continue to move on. So we're gonna go to episode 129. Are you trading time for money, Mr. Larry Cheatham?
Oh my gosh. That broke the internet, bro. That broke the internet. Are you trading? Oh my gosh.
Mm. It
But
was so
I'm
good.
not gonna lie to you. He shook me up with that.
Did
I'm
he?
like, I've been trading time for money, man. I just got to be honest. I
uh,
got to be that that Ralph, that weekend changed everything for me.
yeah, yeah. It's so Larry and I have known each other for years, for a long time. We've been talking about these concepts for a long time, but to see him share that on the podcast and just so one of the YouTube shorts we created from Larry's conversation was the most viewed YouTube short we had all year in 2025, right? And it had to do with the wealth
It was
disparity
thousands. Yes.
in the United States, and it really reframed, to your point, Terry. What am I doing? What is the outcome that I am trying to achieve? Right? Everybody wants the same thing. Everybody wants success. Everybody wants
Yes.
freedom. But
Yes.
is what you're doing actually working towards that, right? So some of
Yes.
the
Yes.
impactful.
Yeah, I think,
Go ahead,
man,
Jay.
I think he reframed what success and freedom was, right? We again,
Hmm.
right, let's go back to and I'm gonna hit it on the head, man. There were so many misconceptions about who we are as African Americans.
Hmm.
So the adage of work hard was born out of the fact that when things changed and we weren't working for free, then the story was you don't want to work. We can't go from doing all the work and then not want to work. It don't make sense.
Mm,
We doing all the work and now we don't want to work. So our parents passed down to us, son, just work hard
mhm,
because um the new framework was, you know, find you a job, stay there forever and work hard
right,
because we wasn't getting no jobs back. My parents back in the 40s,
mhm,
50s. So, we came up under this ideology. If you work hard and your work will speak for you. No, your work is not speaking for you.
mhm,
You have to speak for you, and
right,
you got to get a sponsor to speak for you.
mhm,
Your work is just an example of who you are, but it's
mhm,
not. I mean, it's saying a little bit, but it's
mhm,
it's not moving the needle, man, where it's going to change your career. And
yeah,
so, and to say that, right? So, we're not building wealth working these jobs. Is really what he was saying,
yeah, that's right.
because they're not designed to build wealth. They're
No,
designed
they're
to
not.
keep the machine and the engine and the system
That's
moving.
right.
And we need some of that, right? And
Yeah,
here's the thing, right? I think Larry said this on the show, or we talked about it on the show. Look, we advocate getting a job because
mhm,
here's man, I wish I had this mindset 20 years ago.
mhm,
They're paying you to learn.
that's right,
So get everything that you can get while you're there.
that's right.
Imma tell you right now, everything that I do in Live Life Technology,
Mhm,
I've learned it at these jobs
mhm,
where I was
mhm,
getting paid a nice salary
mhm,
until
that's
I
right.
decide, you know what?
Mhm,
It's a nice salary, but I'm not getting rich. I'm
right.
not building wealth.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You
and
see what
and,
I'm
you
saying?
know
And Larry pulled the
yeah.
Band-Aid off of that, basically.
Yeah, 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 and, and definitely, our cultural experience is, relative to our experience, right? But
Correct,
what I learned
correct,
from Larry, though, is that it goes even further than that. It is enterprise. That is what enterprise is built on. You don't find Jeff Bezos doesn't make the kind of money that he makes because he does all the work. It's the way the system is set up. That
correct,
system is irregardless
correct,
of who's actually doing the work,
correct,
right?
correct.
But Larry helped us all to understand where we fit into the system,
Sure,
right?
sure,
And
sure,
and
sure,
then
sure,
also expose the system itself so that you can make a
sure,
decision on
sure, sure.
what part do you want in this system,
Sure,
right?
sure.
You know,
And but to your point, Ralph, now don't get me wrong now. I can only speak from my experience.
right.
Everybody's impacted by the system. Now they're
Everybody.
different. Now, granted, again, we have to understand this too, right? In a system, there are different levels, right? And
That's right.
plateaus. So now
Mhm.
where you come in at that system is
Mhm.
going to impact your ability to acquire wealth,
That's
to
right.
be in leadership. And that's again, right? Because we have this platform because we understand that the initial group who we were really trying to target and still targeting to get this information to, where you're coming in is at a place where you're going to be more cogged and more leader, but we're equipping you to be leader. Jump into that leadership role. Use,
Right.
have a narrative, have a metric, right? Understand, Ralph, you say this all the time, right? If you're not measuring your job, then you're not you can't effectively communicate how you're impacting the enterprise, right?
That's right.
Understand that it is an enterprise, and if your number and your message starts going up, manager, director, SVP,
Mhm.
CIO, CEO, whatever, right?
Right.
Let what you do start transitioning where the information is so impactful, it has to be shared, right?
Yeah.
Who created this?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So some of the impactful moments from, that show were the difference between effort and leverage. Huge.
Ooh.
Huge, huge. Understanding where you sit. Are you be are you being
You
leveraged or are you
leverage?
are you leveraging? Right? And everybody can't just go be the CEO, right? Yeah, everybody can't go be the owner,
No.
day
Correct.
one. But you could be working towards putting yourself in a position to leverage, right? And understanding
That's
the
right.
difference between the
That's
two is
right.
huge.
Hey, and
How
I'm gonna tell you right now, you talking about trying to be that CEO or that owner day one, you better be. It's some work. Let me tell you, it's some
yes, it
work.
is. Yes, it
Speaking from
is.
experience, it's some work.
That's right. That's right. How busyness masks the lack of strategy. That's a huge one.
Oh,
That's a huge one.
oh, that is huge.
We'll pride ourselves on how busy we are, but never take the time to figure out, but am I being strategic? Is it
Sure.
actually pushing the needle forward?
Yes.
Or is it
Yes.
just a badge of honor to say,
Yes.
oh, I'm doing all of
Yes.
this?
Yes.
Right.
Ralph, that challenged me. That challenged me, quite, and that is always because I like to get work done. I'm a task-oriented, goal-oriented person.
Hmm.
And so, just for me personally, I've made a commitment in 26. It's just not some stuff I'm gonna do anymore.
Sure.
It can get done, but
Yep.
I am not doing it.
Yep.
I'm not doing it anymore,
Yep.
because it's not the best return on my time.
Yeah. Which leads it to into the next bullet: time spent versus value created.
Oh my gosh, yes, bro, 100%.
I can't, I can't even begin to even stress how important that is. And what that does to me when I hear that is how much time am I putting into being strategic about how I use my time,
Yes,
right? I say I want this outcome, but am I just being busy or am I actually investing my time into something that creates value, right?
yes,
And am I tracking that to your point? So,
yes,
uh,
yes.
yeah, no, this is good, man. Key takeaways: working harder is not the same as working strategically. Leaders who scale stop renting their time, right? Let me say that again.
Oh,
Leaders who
ooh,
scale stop
ooh,
renting their time, right? But the
wow,
only way you scale is through leverage, right? And you
wow.
have to understand leverage in the system. We don't have enough time to go through the whole thing, but you need to go
Yes,
back and check
yes,
out those
yes.
episodes with Larry Cheadle.
You got to, because the only way you can leverage, Ralph, is to have a business system, really, is what I'm hearing.
A system is the only way you leverage. Leverage is based on a system, right? But if we're so focused on being the greatest worker, will always be a cog in the wheel of somebody else's system, right? And it's not until you understand the difference that you can start to invest your time in a different direction
Yes,
where you can start to get leverage.
yes.
It's
Are you
huge.
sleeping? Are you sleeping and making money?
That's it. That's it. Because there are a lot of people who are sitting right next to you and you have no idea,
Yes.
right? Right. Um, and then the last one was the value creation outlives our effort visibility. That's powerful.
Say that one more time.
Value creation
Mm,
outlives our effort visibility. So the value you
mm,
create will outlast you. Your effort visibility, so people could see how busy you are, they forget that the next day,
right.
right? You think about it on work. At work, you could bust your hump, trying to make the boss look good and so that they can get the promotion. And then when it come time for your promotion, oh, how easily they forget how hard you worked.
Yes.
Right? That type of thing, right? So, yeah, man, it's good, man. It's good. Another guest reflection for Larry. He said, most people are paid for time, they're not paid for value. Think about
Mm,
that. Think about that with what you're doing right
mm.
now, Terry. The work that you're doing as the CEO of Lift Life Technology is to create value. You don't get money for that up front. You get
No,
that after,
no, no.
right? But people pay you for your
And it's
time.
yes, and it's happening.
Yeah,
It's happening. It's happening right now in real time. I'm just like, wow,
yeah,
it's it's
yeah.
happening. So that is a true statement. That is a true statement. I love what he said, ending this, right? And man, I'm chewing on this as I'm looking at it now. Once leaders start questioning how they're using time, they're often forced to confront a deeper issue:
Mm,
who they are apart from the role. Who
mm.
are you apart from the role that you're doing? Is that deeper question.
That's good.
Who are
That's
you?
good. That is good. That is good. That is good. And just a quick sneak peek, we're gonna be dealing with that in 26. Your identity.
Mm,
Who are you?
mm,
Right? Because that drives your purpose. But if you
yes,
don't understand who you are you even
yes,
going after the right thing?
yes.
Right? It's gonna
Ooh,
be good. It's going
it's
stay
gonna
tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Thank you for listening to the Leadership Sovereignty Podcast. If today's conversation helped you grow in your leadership, influence, or your career, take a moment to visit leadershipsovereignty.com. There you'll find exclusive resources, free guides, and ways to stay connected to our community of leaders who are building purpose and success. Don't forget to rate, review, and share this episode with someone who's on the rise in their career. Until next time, lead boldly, lead with purpose, and continue to walk in sovereignty. Take care.